Hello world, how you doing? What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the FIFA 22 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. That was a bit of a different intro. I don't know how I feel about it. But still, anyway, finger points to the sky for a new episode. It's episode number 25 today. It's Thursday. Let me know in the comment section below what you got in your Rivals rewards, if you've opened them up, where you finished, and what was your best pack or what was your best player. I'm curious to know. And then whilst you're down there, you've written your comment, you scroll up just a little bit, and you smash that thumbs up button. Don't break your screen, but just hit that thumbs up to keep the support flowing. Thank you. Sub to the channel as well if you're new. We're at like 532,000 subscribers. It's brilliant time. So, getting on into the episode, we do, of course, need to get some good stuff done today. Now, when I say that, I mean, I played some Rivals, but I decided to cut that from the video because the video was going to be way too long. And like I've already got my 7 wins. I've already got, essentially I got up to I think Div 4 rank 2. I went on a couple of game win streak. It was all right. It was just me testing out my squad. But there's going to be quite a lot of gameplay in this video, so don't you worry about that. You're not missing out on much at all. But I played a little bit of Rivals and we did jump up to another checkpoint. So it means our Rivals rewards, which you guys will see probably tomorrow, are going to be ever so slightly better. We'll get a couple more coins or whatever it may be. I decided to go into a FUT Draft to, again, warm myself up before playing some playoffs, which will be happening, you know, towards the end of the episode. And I have spent FIFA points once again from my 4,600. I spent another 300 of them on a new draft, and that's not what you want to see when you see the captains. You don't want to see Goretzka as the best player. So I was a little bit like worried that this was going to be an awful draft, and I'll show you the first couple of picks and why I chose them and stuff. I went for Cahill here just because I know that if we do get any Prem player, he's going to be a nice strong link to them. And hopefully we'll get some good Prem forwards. We get Mo Salah's in form. So it's very difficult, excuse me, to turn down Lionel Messi. Especially this one's to watch when the colour combo is just spot on. It's such a nice looking card. But I did decide to take Mo Salah just simply because he gets that strong link to Cahill, and we got to try and help ourselves out chemistry-wise a little bit, right? Nearly went for Grealish, nearly went for Foden, but I went for Sadio Mane because he looks like an amazing player. I can't wait to use him, actually. And you'll see throughout this draft process that Salah and Mane are two players that I now very much want in my main team because they're great. So I decided to skip the rest. The rest of this draft, I have to admit, was one of the worst things I've ever seen. I tried to just get chemistry where I could. It certainly wasn't brilliant, but it's a bit of a makeshift. Like, when I look at each and every individual player, they're not too bad. They're just definitely not great. As you can see here, this is the squad. And I make some changes at the start of the games just to make it a little bit better. Like, I think I was starting Mendy at left centre-back. I don't want to do that. But I was starting him there because he got chemistry to the keeper and then a little bit of chem to the left-back. So I swapped Mendy in the left back because it was Lucas Hernandez and we all knew him as a centre back last year, so I figured that kind of makes sense, and brought on Goretzka because I didn't start him because I didn't get any more Bundesliga players to actually link him to. So it was a bit of a scuffed draft, I have to admit. I don't think I built it badly. Like, I haven't just purposely skipped the building of it so that you guys don't moan at me or anything. But I just didn't get that lucky. I got incredibly lucky with the last draft we did. We got like Ginola and stuff and Ronaldo. But this one, just not so much. However, it was playing quite nicely. So what I decided to do was bring Jota on, and I brought off like Saul, and I brought off another one of the midfielders, and I actually moved Cahill back to a centre mid, like my slightly more attacking centre mid, and then have Goretzka and the French inform that people are calling the cheat Vieira doing like the defensive work. And we got a nice victory in the very first game, so it was all good. It felt quite nice. Mane doing the business. I was playing him like as a striker, and his pace was just glorious. He's very, very good on this game. I hope to not really come up against him in the weekend league, but I fear more people have got more coins this week, so they're going to be able to afford the 200,000 coins that this man costs. So as you can see, the pace of Mane was just a little bit too much for my opponents to handle. Whether or not it feels like that in the real game, I mean, like, this is draft, not everyone has the perfect centre-backs in draft, so obviously you can attack a little bit easier sometimes if you've got some good strikers and whatnot. But in like the real game where everyone's got their Kimpembe and stuff, maybe Mane doesn't feel quite so overpowered. I don't know what it is, but I was having such a good time with where is he from? Senegal, I believe. I think that's the correct nation. Hope so anyway. I don't want to get that wrong. But yeah, the Liverpool winger just doing absolute business for us today. I with that ended up getting like I guess I don't know what it was. It was a 75 to 83 rated pack. We ended up getting an 81 from it. It's not the greatest. I can't remember, what did I get that for? I must have got it for winning a certain amount or playing a certain amount of draft games. I can't remember. I think I did show it on screen though. But into the next round we go. Come up against like a full Prem team. This guy's got informed Foden. And I believe made some changes to bring on, I think it was Neymar. But look at that. Jota whipping one across and Salah on his weak foot volleys it home with like the power of Thor's hammer. It was nuts. And I picked the ball up here with Mane, smashed that on his left foot, and that just flies into the back of the net as well. I was enjoying it because I've noticed that I'm a bit disgusting. I score some of those horrible finesse shots when I'm playing like rivals and playoffs and stuff, because I feel like those games matter more and it's more difficult to get through defenses and stuff. So we, as humans playing this game in a way that it is meta, we end up doing those stupid horrible goals, which I can't wait until the patch is out. But when I was playing draft, I found that I scored less and less of those finesse shots from outside the box. I was just scoring differently, and I quite like that about myself in these games. I hope I can transition that into the to the actual game where I'm playing like playoffs and stuff as well. But you'll see later on throughout this episode that doesn't necessarily happen. So into the next game we go, and oh, it's the final. Oh, he's got informed Son. He's got all sorts of good Prem players. And unfortunately for me, that tackle right there, which I didn't think was too bad, got me a red card after 2 minutes. And I'm down to 10 men and Mendy is gone. My overpowered left back is now gone for the rest of the game. So what the hell do I do? Eventually, I ended up bringing back the French CDM from Monaco, playing him centre-back, and I was just without a left winger because I put Mane up front, Cahill back to midfield. Should have scored there. That was really nice play, and I wanted to show you a couple of the misses. Normally, I show you just all the goals, but this game felt to me like the most rigged rubbish I've ever played. At half-time, I felt like I should have been winning. I mean, XGs are very similar. We both had 5 shots. So, like, maybe it's just me looking through, being a bit biased. But we end up getting through here. Probably should have done better with that one. I think I hit the bar as well multiple times. And he just kept running through and scoring. And I don't know whether he was just decent or what, but nothing went right for me in this game. And it just went from, you know, you go into the final of the draft and you get sent off after 2 minutes. You're not particularly happy about that. I can, you know, it's gone downhill quite quickly. But it went further downhill, like, it got so much worse in the second half, to the point where I think I lose 7-0 in this game. Like, once it got to 3-0, I had to go on ultra attack. I had to throw the kitchen sink at him to try and get back into it, which is why my defense is so exposed. And then out of sheer annoyance, I just banged that one into my own net with Dumfries, because let's face it, I wasn't getting back into that one. But I don't know, I was laughing at that game towards the end. I wasn't necessarily like really annoyed because we got to the final anyway. Like, we're going to get an all right pack, I hope, just for getting to the final. But yeah, it would have been nice to win that one. It would have been nice to play with 11 versus 11 for most of the game and see if that even things out a bit more. I don't know. But we get a gold players pack and we get a premium gold players pack, which I believe is exactly the same as what we got last time from playing the draft. And last time we also lost in the final, didn't we? So it seems like I can almost get through those first 3 rounds of draft quite nicely. It's fun as well because you're using different players. You're trying to figure out like different formations and tactics and stuff. It's genuinely pretty good time. I have fun in it anyway. Like, for some reason I don't wake up feeling like, hey, I want to go and play draft, but then when I build one and I get into the games, I actually do have a really good time. So I don't know if you guys are like that. If not, try building yourself a draft not doing that SBC that came out the other day, which is too expensive and ridiculous. But yeah, just buy it with 15k coins or whatever and see if you can have some fun. You might end up losing coins, but it's only 15k at the end of the day, isn't it? So I go into Champs Playoffs. I'm feeling warmed up after playing Rivals and Draft, and I end up going 1-0 up from that. Like, I should have scored with Sterling. I don't know why it didn't go in. But at halftime, I'm 1-0 up. I've had, like, a better half than my opponent in stats-wise, I would say. Just basically based on the XG there. But I'm 1-0 up, and things are going all right. I need to try and improve on this, though, because he was starting to push into this game just a little bit. And, I mean, we'll just ignore that goal right there. I won't be able to score. I won't be able to rely on them when the patch is here. So I just wish I would stop doing them. They're just so easy to score. And it's Champs Playoffs. I need to get the wins. But yeah, I do look back at some of these goals and just be like, Tom, come on, man. You're better than that. You can be better than that. So I apologise anyway. But Benzema here cuts inside, and I mean that finesse shot, that's fine. I feel like that one should go in, but maybe it shouldn't get through the defender's leg. I feel like that one should probably get blocked. My opponent did decide to quit after that one, though. I guess there's not much time for him to get back into the game, and you still get the point if you quit. So we're 1-0 in our out of the 9 games so far. Played our first one, won our first one. That's all I can really ask for, isn't it? And we got a rage quit to boot. So perfect start. Into the next game we go, and we face up against a decent Prem team. Yeah, very, very decent Prem team. And I went 1-0 down after 5 minutes, and I had kickoff. So I don't really know what happened there. I'm also just realising that his Wijnaldum didn't have any links for chemistry, and yet he was a terror to my squad the entire game. I don't know what that's all about, but I couldn't get near this guy in terms of his dribbling. Genuinely, he was cutting back and twisting and turning inside and outside of me constantly. I just couldn't get the ball, and it was very frustrating, I have to say. When it's an important match and there's something on the line, you know, my weekend league qualification, I have to say I let stress get a little bit of the better of me in this game right here. So I was 3-1 down at half-time. Pogba ends up scoring this. Yeah, tacky finesse goal. But that's basically all I had against this guy. He ends up getting through again. That was a goal I really shouldn't have conceded, but I made a defensive error and just gave him the ball. And at that point, obviously, Lukaku's very, very dangerous in front of goal. Like right here, another finesse shot. I couldn't really break the back line. So as much as I was trying to finesse my way into some luck, I just kept getting done. Rightly so. I'm glad I didn't win this game, actually, because I didn't deserve to. This guy was just genuinely a good player, and he got a goal with his little red Jonathan David at the end, just to rub it in. I got an 81 as my best. Sad times. But yeah, we end up losing there. So it's plus 1 point. It's okay. I probably could have quit earlier, but it's fine. I'll play it out, try and learn from it. You know, maybe it makes me a better defender, and that helps in this next game here. Third and final playoffs game for this episode then, boys. And we are 1-1 so far. I need to step it up a little bit. Benzema, nicely past the defender there with the, like, kind of opening out the body fake shot. And I get the goal to go 1-0 up. Game doesn't really reckon that I should have been leading, though, based on the expected goals there. And then he essentially brought on lone Pele and got through straight from kickoff, and I had to make a judgment call, so I went in for a challenge and got Jesus Navas sent off. Oh no. So I was playing without a left cam, and I brought Mendy into right back. I brought on Alex Telles, who's on the bench, to left back, and it didn't really stop him from scoring, because like a couple of minutes, he missed the free kick that I gave away, and he didn't score with Pele to begin with, but he scored a couple of minutes later, so I wish I hadn't have bothered. But I noticed that his defence moved so far back that I just booted it up to Talisca, my super sub, basically from kickoff, and crossed it in, essentially, because his defence was moving so far back. I don't know whether this guy was on drop back or something, But yeah, it allowed me to go 2-1 up like straight away after conceding. And then in the 84th minute, as you can see, we counter-attack when my opponent had a corner and were able to get the winning goal. And that's quite a load off my mind because it's very difficult trying to deal with this man here, Pele, in the second half. With playing with 10 men as well, I think I did quite well there to win that match. So we win 3-2, and now we're 2-1 in playoffs. And that is... like, I don't know. I do worry. I worry about playoffs. I worry more about playoffs than I do the actual weekend league because, like, those weekend league rewards are going to come to me no matter what, even if I lose the 20 games. But I won't get any of them if I can't qualify for the weekend league in the beginning. And it seems like you have to do a lot more to get into the weekend league. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it, but it is what it is, right? Hopefully we'll just carry on and get at least 5 wins in playoffs. So I pack a walkout. Unfortunately, it's not De Bruyne, as you might have thought by seeing a Belgian flag in the thumbnail. It's Casteels, but from a free 2-player pack, I ain't complaining whatsoever. That's a free 86 that is going to go into an SBC, no doubt about it, at some point in time. So I've got a red card with Navas. I need to obviously sort that one out. I'll probably just quit a squad battles game and get him back into the club. And then tomorrow, I will play the other 6. I'll play the other 6... playoff matches, and perhaps it will be like my rivals rewards in the video as well or something. See if we can get on into that weekend league. It's a tough one, it really is, but I'm loving Benzema, loving Dembele. I'm really liking Sterling, and this man deserves some sort of medal. He's going in the VIP section, the Hall of Fame, whatever you want to call it. He's so brilliant as a super sub. I love Talisca. If I could get him in the squad somehow to start on full chem, I think I'd do it, but I can't figure out a way how to do it. Because I really need to link him to like a left back or something, and there's no really good ones out there. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode anyway. We've got to a draft final and then lost 7-0. Not embarrassing at all. And then also, we've played 3 of our playoffs games for FUT Champions, and we've won 2 of them. So I guess there's nice positives coming out of today's episode. Guys, thank you for watching. If you could do me that huge favour of smashing the thumbs up, that'd be brilliant. All right, 6,000 likes, that's your target. Let's smash it. Let's knock it out the park. And of course, sub to the channel as well if you're new. Thank you for that too. Find me on Twitter, find me on Instagram. The links are down below, everyone. And other than that, I just hope you all have a wonderful day. Hope you reach your goals. Hope you enjoy yourself. Get out, get some fresh air. Play some good FIFA. Get into the FUT Champs Weekend League if that's what you want to do. And yeah, I'll catch you once again tomorrow for another episode. Peace.